My name is Annie Alexander, and I'm from Kansas City, and I was asked to talk about real quick and a down and dirty training how I'm working with my clients on combining our Make Fresh dinners in a dash with Precisely. So I want to just walk you through that real quick of what I've been doing, and it's been working fantastic. I'm loving it. My customers are loving it. So number one, with Precisely, I encourage you to order one for yourself. I think this is the most important step because that way you'll know like exactly what it looks like when it comes to your door, exactly how it works over the 3 weeks. You'll get your own Wildtree kit in the mail, and so you can see what that looks like, and you have the recipes. So I really, really encourage you for the first step is to hop on in your Club Wildtree, order a Make Fresh kit, and then go to Precisely and order the corresponding Make Fresh kit from them. Now, when I do it, I order the meat and veggies all together. They also have an option where you can do meat only. So just make sure you're grabbing the right one. And then you can also, they've made it now where you can have half orders. So for families that, have really young kids and aren't really eating yet, or you have empty nesters, etc., they have those half orders that'll serve 2 to 3 people, and those work fantastic. So just know when you're looking at it, you can choose either option. Okay, so that is step one. Do it yourself so you know what you're getting and you know what you're sharing with your customers and how amazing it is. And my favorite one so far is the sheet pan meal, and I haven't tried them all, but I love the sheet pan meal one because literally you get your stuff from Precisely, you cut off the top and dump it on a pan that I put foil on and throw it in the oven, and you add your Wildtree stuff. Literally the prep time is like 2 minutes and cook time's 15 to 20. So I just think that's a great one to start with so you can see how it works. Okay, that's step one. Step two, how do I talk to my potential customers about this? So if you've done the one-on-one training that I did, it's in the additional ways to grow your business. Go do that if you haven't done it or if you need a refresher. And within that, I talk about the CLAP method. And that's where you ask, like, what are you currently doing for your meals? What do you like about that? What do you want to alter? And then paint the picture of what Wildtree could do for them. Okay, so when I'm asking those questions of like, what does life currently look like? What are you doing? How do you like to cook? And I'm asking a bunch of questions. One of the questions that I'll ask is, have you ever tried a meal delivery service? Like Blue Apron or HelloFresh, and if they say yes, then I ask, how did you like it? What worked for you? What didn't? Most of the time what I hear from them is it was great, but they still had to prep. And that prep was taking 40 to 45 minutes and they just didn't have time for that. So then I say, okay, so if you could get everything shipped to you already prepped and you were just throwing in the spice and putting it in the oven, would that work for you? And then they say, that would be amazing. And I say, fantastic, I have the answer. Are you ready to give it a try? And then they say yes. So that's pretty much how the conversation goes. It's working great. The next thing I do with them is I say, okay, let's go and look right now. Which fresh kit do you want? I normally have them on the computer, either already downloaded or on my website, working through that. So they look at the fresh kit, they pick the one they want, they put it in their cart, we check out. I do all this with them. I'm trying to be on the phone. This is not over Messenger. And really, you guys, that's really important because over the phone, this is a 20, maybe 30-minute conversation at the most. Over Messenger, I actually did this one day purposefully over Messenger so I could share with my team and with others how long it took. It was over 24 hours that it took me, and I was messaging back and forth for a good 2 hours solid. So it was interrupting everything else I was doing. Anyway, it was a nightmare and I'll never do it again. I get people on the phone with me and I just tell them like, hey, this will take us about 10, 15 minutes over the phone to walk through. It'll take a long time over Messenger because it's just easier to get it done over the phone. Can you hop on the phone right now, or when can you? So just ask people to get on the phone with you. The connection's better between you and them. That relationship building that's so important is better. So anyway, get them on the phone, get that done. Okay, so they get their first kit in there, and then it says, do you want to join Club Wildtree? And so I tell them this is coming. Hey, it's going to ask you, do you want to join Club Wildtree? My customers are loving this. It's a great way to get discounts on your groceries. And they're like, oh, well, I don't know, tell me a little bit more. And so, I'll tell them a little bit more about it. And sometimes if they sound really hesitant, I'll be like, a lot of people are super hesitant because they've been, stuck in some sort of auto delivery. And I want you to know this is not how this works. And I can actually show you that once you sign up, we'll actually take you through and you can cancel out right now or at any time you want to. So you want to just see what it looks like. And so most of the time at that point, they say yes. So they join Club Wildtree, and then I say, okay, let's go look at that right now because I want you to know exactly how to do this. So I take them through either on the app or on the computer, wherever they are. I have them go to Club Wildtree. I actually set their cart for the next month with another Make Fresh kit right then and there. So they're ready to go. And normally they're trying to decide, they've narrowed it down to 2, right? And so they're trying to decide. So I just tell them, okay, what was the other one you wanted? Let's throw that in for next month. And if you don't like it, see that little X next to it? You just hit that and you're done, okay? So they feel super confident and comfortable. I've never yet had anyone get into that page and say, oh, I'm gonna cancel right now. That has not happened. So they stay in there. They've always ordered the next month. So it's been awesome. Okay, so I set them all up with Wildtree. And then I say, okay, I'm actually going to send you the Preslicely link, okay? And sometimes I do this if they're needing to get off the phone. Otherwise, I say, do you want me to walk you through the Preslicely and how to order that? And I'll literally get on the page with them via over the phone, so we're looking at the same thing, and I have them order the Preslicely side of it as well, and they can pick their date for when they want it. And I also tell them to join Preslicely's customer program because they can earn money back with them as well and end up getting free meals, you guys. So it's kind of a no-brainer. So they do that with them too. There's no auto delivery with Preslicely at all. So they have to go in and order which kit they want each month, okay? So once they've got that ordered, I'm like, fantastic. I put them in my follow-up for 2 weeks later so I can double check and make sure that their Preslicely order came in. I actually try and coordinate it with 3 days after when they picked for their Preslicely to come in. If I don't know what they picked because they did it on their own with the link I sent them, then I follow up in 2 weeks and ask. So that's my follow-up that I do with them. And then I also follow up a month later when, it'd be time for them to get another kit with Wildtree, just making sure they're ready to go and that they order their Preslicely with it. So that is the down and dirty of how I've been getting people onto the Make Fresh and with Preslicely. You guys, I think this is where we really stand out and shine above other meal companies because ours comes already prepped from Preslicely. It's all cut up, ready to go. Literally, it is amazing. And the number one thing I hear from people of why they don't use other meal delivery services besides the price, which we definitely compete with that. We're about half the price, even using Preslicely, is that they don't want to spend that time prepping. So that's the big thing. So hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you watch that one-on-one training because I think the clap method and how I do that and incorporate this into it, that's what I'm doing every time. Let me make sure I kind of wrote down some notes here. I think I covered everything. So hopefully this is helpful. Feel free to ask questions. I'm happy to share, but that's what I'm doing and it's working and people are loving Club Wildtree. I've got tons of people who've been on it for more than 6 months, which I think is amazing because on average, most people in direct selling itself who have auto delivery do not stay on for more than 3 months. So I feel like I'm doing fantastic because I have a ton who have been on more than 6 months. And I really think it's servicing them and that follow-up and just checking in with them and making sure, I can help them in any way that I can. So get out there, get people on Club Wildtree, do your parties, just get down to work, make phone calls. That's what I'm doing and it's working. So, all right, guys, have a great day. See you next time.